Do you guys remember Nazi Germany? You know when you were wearing, kippa or yarmulke. The little, hair ornaments. I think well, pretty much a hat, but I don't want to sound disrespectful. It's pretty much what Jewish people wear on their heads, right? Ben Shapiro wears it when he's on debates and when he's on the Daily Wire. But pretty much it's called the kippa or yarmulke. Remember when you wore that in Nazi Germany and you were assaulted for that? You were beaten up for that? Remember when you were in the Soviet Union? When simply by looking a little bit different than someone else, or it looked like you had more wealth than someone else, even in the slightest, you were simply beaten up, maybe even killed, and it was glorified. It was people cheered them on. Well, now it looks like in 2019 we're going back to the same pattern. This man, I see articles like this and I see this man, and it infuriates me. Not because he's a Trump supporter, but because this is the type of people that are allowed to be glorified. Now, if again, I saw this article and I looked up who was reporting it. Fox News was talking about it. A lot of conservative, independent websites were talking about it. And you want to know who wasn't talking about it? CNN, MSNBC. As of right now, as I'm making this video, I could be wrong. Maybe like while I'm making this video, they could talk about it. But it's the thing. A lot of liberal individuals, a lot of liberal news media stations, and not to mention websites, they're not talking about this. And if they are, they're probably going to place the blame on the man. For like, why is he wearing a hat in New York? He shouldn't be wearing that hat. It represents racism. He's the one at fault. They're pretty much victim blaming at this point. They'll pretty much victim blame the guy. They'll blame the victim, even though if you blame the victim in the case of sexual harassment, you are a bigot. But like I said, this is the type of political climate we're in right now. Simply for wearing a hat that says "Make America Great Again" can get you beaten up. And even not just that. Even in California, and yes, I live in California. I've been given a lot of trouble. Obviously not as much as this guy right here, but I've been given a lot of trouble over hats like mine. I've been given trouble over hats that says USA on it, or it says "Proud to be an American." Which again, this one is my second favorite. My favorite one is my favorite one out of the four that I have is "Proud to be an American." That's the one I love. But I've gotten a lot of problems. Not really a lot of problems, but I've gotten a lot of people telling me bad things because over hats like mine that are designed like this that show that I am proud of this country. I don't care if there has flaws. Every country has flaws. But I'm proud of living in the United States. I'm grateful to be living in the U.S. But people, they will always give me problems for it. In the case of, like I said, in Subway, obviously it wasn't as bad, but a lady basically assumed I was a Trump supporter because of this little hat. Because it had USA on it, it had the American flag on it, and it had the bald eagle on it. And that's the thing is that when it comes to leftists and liberals nowadays, especially in California, they think in absolutist thinking. Like they think in absolutes. They think you're either in my side or you're not, pretty much. For example, like I said, like the woman in the subway who basically asked me if I was a Trump supporter. She told me that she thought I was a Trump supporter because I had the word USA on it, and had the American flag and the bald eagle. And usually only Republicans and Trump supporters are proud of the USA, are proud of the bald eagle, and are proud of the flag. Well, by your logic, by default, if being a Republican means you're proud of your country, you're proud of the bald eagle, and you're proud of the USA, then by default, Democrats are not happy, they're not proud of the U.S., they're not proud of the flag, and they're not proud of the bald eagle. That's just by default. See what I mean? I'm not saying that all Democrats hate the country. I know some Democrats who are pretty much grateful to be living in the country. But that's just by default, right? You're thinking in absolutist thinking. This man right here, honestly, I don't know. I really don't know if his eyesight's gonna get any better. Because I mean, that looks pretty bad. I've seen a lot of black eyes. I actually had a few black eyes when I was younger. When I was in school, because I would fall down or I would hit, something would hit my face. But this does not look real. This does not look good. Hopefully he doesn't lose his eyesight because that looks pretty bad. Over a hat. Over a hat. It's not a fact that this man was robbing anything. No, over a hat. This man was just simply wearing a hat, and this is the result. That's really infuriating. Now, there's articles from The Hill. The title reads, New York man says he was attacked by a group of teens, who were wearing a MAGA hat. This article's from yesterday, and it's really yesterday. And even then, even now, he's even talking about August 2nd. A lot of news outlets haven't even been reporting about this. Like really, like I haven't seen a lot of liberal outlets talking about this. Like I said, I could be wrong. They could upload some stuff while I'm doing this video, but again, this is really sad. A New York man claims he was attacked by a group of teenagers in Manhattan this week who were wearing one of President Trump's "Make America Great Again" hats. Jahangir, I think I'm pronouncing it right, but I'm sorry if I'm butchering it. Jahangir John Turan The owner of an art gallery told Fox 5 New York that the incident occurred on Tuesday afternoon on Canal Street. Earlier in the day, he had visited Trump Tower and purchased one of the signature red hats featuring Trump's 2016 campaign slogan because I thought he is doing a great job. I think he's doing a great job. That's what he said. Tehran claims he was jumped by a group of about 15 young people who yelled obscenities like "fuck Trump" and before allegedly assaulting him. He accused one teenager of smashing his head into a scaffolding pole, resulting in severe bruises and a swollen eye. It all happened within 10 seconds, he said. I jumped out, crossed the street, and called the police. Tehran told the outlet that he suffered a fracture in his cheek, and he will hear from a specialist if there has been any permanent damage to his sight. It's sad to get beat up for wearing this hat. This is America, Tehran said. Police said that Tehran declined medical attention. The New York Police Department confirmed in a statement to the Hill that the officers responded to a 911 call around 6:50 p.m. Officers were informed by a 35-year-old male victim he was walking and he was punched in the head by unknown individuals in an unprovoked manner. An NYPD spokesperson said there is no description of the individuals and the victim refused medical attention on the scene. The investigation remains ongoing. The MAGA symbol of Trump's campaign has sparked controversy since the 2016 election, and altercations involving the gear having drawn national attention before. 2 men in Maryland were charged with assault and battery in April for allegedly attacking a man wearing the red cap. A woman in Massachusetts was charged in February with disorderly conduct after confronting a man in a Mexican restaurant and forcefully taking his MAGA hat off his head. Immigration and Customs Enforcement said at the time that the woman was in the U.S. illegally and faced deportation. A New Jersey teen was also arrested and charged that same month with attacking an 81-year-old man for wearing a MAGA hat. And that concludes the article. But look, when you see situations like this, like, talking teenagers attacking senior citizens over a hat, when you're talking about a woman who was harassing a man over a hat in a restaurant, really? When you're talking about 2 men literally being charged with assault and battery over a hat, really? When you see a man getting assaulted and being left like this, talking about literally possibly losing his eyesight over a hat, really? Really? Is that the tolerance? Is that the liberal tolerance that I hear about? Is that the tolerance that I'm constantly being told in my college classes that we need to be tolerant towards everyone? Is that the tolerance that people are telling me about? Because if that's the tolerance, then I do not want to be tolerant. At least I do not want to follow that definition of tolerance, because I actually have a shirt that has a definition of tolerance on it. The true definition. That means that basically you basically are tolerant. You put up with opinions and behaviors of people you don't necessarily agree with. Do I agree? Do I agree with the ideology of leftists in general? No, but I tolerate them. So I would expect that leftists, and not to mention, radical liberals, that they would respect at least my behaviors as well. This is not tolerance. This is intolerance. Look at this guy. He has a huge black eye. He apparently has a fractured cheekbone now. It's really, really sad. It's really, really frightening as well. Because again, you go to CNN, you go to NBC, you go to all these liberal news outlets talking about that Trump's a fascist, that fascists are coming to get you, the Republicans and the white supremacists are coming to get you. Oh, I agree they're coming, but I disagree in the fact that they're wearing red MAGA hats. I disagree with the fact that they're white people. Sure, fascists are coming. They will come and attack you for the fact you disagree with them. But they're not men like this. They're not people wearing MAGA hats. They're not people who are proud of their country. They're not people who are wearing hats like mine. Nope. They're people covering their faces, wearing black hoodies and black shades to cover their identities. That's Antifa. That's fascists like Antifa. That's fascists like the individuals who assaulted this man over a hat. Yeah. Yeah, those are the fascists that are coming. But the media wants to tell you that they're white supremacists who are coming, that are the fascists. Nope. It's pretty sad. When you claim to be fighting fascism, you claim to be fighting against white supremacy, you claim to be fighting against violence against minorities, and then you see a minority individual getting beat up. Because he is not a drone, he is not an NPC. An NPC basically is individuals that do not think for themselves. He recognized that Trump was doing something good in the country and decided to buy a hat. And apparently he got assaulted for it. But I'll tell you this right now. I applaud this man. Why? Because any other individual, it takes a strong will to do this type of thing after the fact that he was just assaulted over the hat. Many individuals would simply let fear get into their heads and say, you know what, I'm not gonna wear this hat anymore. Even though I support the president, even though I support what he's doing, I as an individual, I'm not gonna wear this hat anymore because I just been assaulted. I've been threatened. I do not want to wear this hat anymore. That's what many people would say. This man, on the other hand, I applaud him because despite the fact that he was assaulted by a bunch of immature teenagers over the fact he's wearing a hat, I applaud him for wearing that hat even though he was assaulted for it. I applaud him for wearing that hat on television because that's something that a lot of people would never do. Like I said, right now it's just a MAGA hat. Next thing you know, it could be hats like mine. Hats that simply show that you're proud of your country. It could be that next. That's the sad part about it. That's the sad part. Simply for wearing a hat that shows you're proud of your country, that you support the president, you're assaulted for it. And I consider that really, really sad. It really is. Like, really? This is the type of political climate we're in right now. And I live in California. Californians, if you go to California, especially Southern California, and you wear a hat like this, good luck getting out of Southern California without a scratch. Good luck. Especially if you go to LA or Santa Monica, especially if you go to Santa Monica Pier, and you wear this hat, good luck coming out, without a scratch. And even then, if you come out without a scratch, I guarantee you that you're going to come out with someone insulting you. Someone's going to insult you. At least one person's going to insult you over your hat. How do I know? Because I live in Southern California. And I've been giving a lot of problems over hats like this, and they're not even MAGA hats. They're not even MAGA hats. A lady assumed that I was a Trump supporter over the fact that I wore this hat at a subway. Really? Really? It's like, is that what we're doing now? We're thinking in absolutes? And also, too, like, when I was wearing my Proud to be an American hat, I was going to go buy the movie Dragon Ball Super Broly at the time. My girlfriend wanted to go to the bathroom. I ended up going over to Target. Sorry, I'm not over to Target, but I ended up going to the movie section and the video game section to see if they had the movie. A guy told me, hey, you shouldn't wear that hat. I was like, I'm sorry, but why shouldn't I wear this hat? I was like, because it's racist and it's offensive. It's like, what about my hat is offensive, sir? And I'm talking about the hat that's proud to be an American on it. And basically, the guy told me, well, America represents racism. It represents white supremacy. You shouldn't wear that hat. You're Mexican. Why are you even wearing that hat? And I was shocked. And I'm thinking, I'm getting this much problems over a hat that's just proud to be an American on it? Man, I'm sure happy I'm not wearing a MAGA hat because this guy would have freaking killed me. Again, that's the type of state we're in. And we're talking about hats that are not even MAGA hats. I've been harassed for hats like these. Now imagine in Southern California you wore a red MAGA hat. I guarantee you, I guarantee you should come in with precaution. Carry pepper spray, because ever since that incident at Target, I'm carrying pepper spray everywhere I go. I don't care, because if I'm getting harassed and I'm getting threatened like the guy in Target, because he did threaten me. He told me, he was like, oh, you just watch when you get out of the store. I was like, are you serious? Are you serious? I'm getting threatened over a hat that is not even a MAGA hat? Like, really? But ever since then, I've been carrying pepper spray. I don't carry a gun because I don't trust myself with a gun. But I carry pepper spray everywhere I go now. Everywhere. Because I like to wear these hats, and I'm not going to let anyone tell me that I can't wear this hat. I'm not going to let anyone tell me I can't wear the hats that I usually wear. And I'm proud of this guy for saying I'm not going to let anyone intimidate me into not wearing this hat. Do I like Trump? Of course not. But I'm not a tribalist either. I'm not going to blindly support a Democrat even though they're screwing me over. I'm not going to blindly support a Republican even though they're screwing me over. Okay? I'm not a tribalist. I will give credit where credit is due, and I will call out things when they need to be called out. That's called being a mature adult. That's called being a mature adult. You don't blindly just follow anyone. I don't blindly follow Trump. I will give credit when he does something good, and I will call him out for the dumb stuff he says on Twitter. I will call him out on it. Same thing with Democrats. If they do something good, fine, but I will call them out when they do bad things as well. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think this man deserved getting attacked over wearing a MAGA hat? Do you think that the political climate that we live in right now is just a bad one, where you're getting assaulted over a hat? Do you think that do you think that this man do you think this man is brave enough to continue to wear that hat despite being assaulted by a bunch of immature teenagers over the fact that just a little red hat, just a red hat? The hat doesn't have a gun. It doesn't have a nuclear device. It's just a little red hat, significant little red hat. What would you say that? Would you say that you cheer this man on, or at least not even cheer him on, but you at least applaud this man for continuing to wear that hat that he bought, despite the fact that he was recently assaulted? Do you applaud this man for not showing that for demonstrating that he will not be intimidated over the fact that he wears a hat? Let me know what you guys think. Like the video and share the video. But that's the best thing you can do. Like I said, YouTube has the ranked independent political commentary, and considering the fact that I'm literally in the defense of a man who wore a MAGA hat, I'm pretty sure YouTube isn't even gonna want to recommend this. So the best thing you can do is just share the video and like the video, because again, this is really terrifying. Over a hat, you're facing literally assault over a hat. That's really sad. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. That really does help out a lot as well, and hit the notification button as well. That way you never miss an upload. Unfortunately, that's going to conclude the video for today. I wanted to focus more on this one. I saw some other segments today that I wanted to cover, but when I saw this article, I knew that I had to focus solely on this. So this is only going to be a one video upload today, unfortunately. But again, I thought that this was more important because this feels more real. This feels relatable in many cases. But unfortunately, again, I won't be able to upload after later today. So, but I wanted to focus on this. I really did. This is really alarming. And it should really bring a lot of attention to the people, because again, liberal media isn't gonna report on this. I think Fox News had a little segment on it, but other than that, that's all there is. But subscribe and hit the notification button as well. I already said that, but that's the best thing you can do, as well as sharing and liking the video. Like I said, YouTube isn't gonna recommend this one, I guarantee you, because I'm covering a political topic, and I'm also in the defense of a guy wearing a MAGA hat, even though I do not like the president, but I recognize when wrong is wrong and when right is right. And when you're assaulting someone over the fact that they think like you differently, like for example, if you assault someone who is thinking differently than you, I consider that immature and I consider that alarming. But let me know what you guys think. Comment in the comment section below. They also engage in the video as well. Keep it respectful, of course, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section as well. Until next time, guys, have a good rest of the day and stay awesome.